Hey guys, Chris with Tillman Family Farms. So the spring work around here continues. We're still on our series of how to be a pig farmer, but we decided over the past couple of days that I was going to do a project that I've had on the books for, oh my gosh, almost a year. We bought plans from Jordan Green at Farmbuilder to build one of his feeders, bulk feeders. Man, I bought those plans like 8 months ago. And here we are just now getting put together. But I wanted to show you some things because his cradle is designed for a specific IBC tank. And we did not have that tank, so I'm going to show you what we did there. I didn't have extra material to cover the top, so I'm going to show you what I did there. And then we discovered something that is a potential problem. And we will show you what we did there. But this is a very, very good feeder. It's really sturdy. So if there's any of you guys out there that are looking for a great alternative for a bulk feeder and have a little bit of skill and some tools, you can get this thing built. I think we're in this at least for less than 500 bucks. So let me walk you around it and I'll show you what I did different than he did. So here it is. So this is the exact cradle design using all of the exact measurements that he used. And the difference here is that when he built his, he used an IBC tank that had 6 rungs across it. This one only has 5. So I loosely put this together based on his measurements. And then I tried my tank. And guess what? It fits just right. So even if you have a smaller IBC tank, I would not fret. I would just build away. You just want to make sure that here you're sitting on your 2x4 as you go down, and then kind of the same thing on this side, sitting on the 2x4 as you go down. So a little bit different tank, but same exact result. Okay. The gray PVC, that's just electrical PVC pipe, nothing different there. The same center design right there is great. Everything worked perfect. And then for my top, I did not have a spare tank to cut up to make the top. So I used what I had, and that is the center cut out of an old baby pool. So we use baby pools when we have puppies. And this one was cracked and was headed for the dump, so I cut the middle of it out and used it. It's very, very thin. Probably won't work for a long time, but it will work. So that right there is probably one of the things that will end up getting changed out over time as it wears out. So here's another place. If you're fretting, if you don't have any of this material, I did all 4 of these 2 and then the ones on the other side, all from the hole that was cut out on the top. So where I cut the hole out for that, I just split it and was able to use it on the sides to keep the feed in. Of course, it's a little, it's bent right there in the middle, but I mean, you can bow this stuff out and use it. I used what I had. I had some of these pins extra, so I didn't use the pins like he did, but those are gonna work out just fine. I do have some pretty terrible welding skills, so I welded up my handles like his. I had straps and all that stuff, but other than that, man, this thing is gonna work out great. We have a feeder group that is ready for it. The only other thing, I'll show you one other thing down here in the actual pan that we saw that was a problem. All right, so if you see right here, there's a big gap right there, and of course the PVC is hollow. So there was a couple different ways I thought about trying to fix this. I thought about getting some foam so that feed wouldn't work its way behind there and then possibly get wet and then ferment and all kinds of crazy stuff. But my dad was hanging around and he said, hey, why don't you just cut you a wedge like so and screw it in there like that. So that's what we did to fix that. I think one of the only things for anybody else to think about when they're building one of these is the height of where the feed goes in. Jordan uses a trailer with some type of auger system and a chute that shoots feed in above it. I've seen people use the big, I forget what they're called. I know that Sheriff Park Farms uses them, but it's just a big box that you pick up, and it's got a chute on the bottom of it that you can open and fill feeders like this. This was something that I overlooked for us, so we're gonna have to try to figure that out. I've seen people make a feeder, not a feeder, but a grain bin out of an IBC tank just like this with a little slide door. So that may be something that I may end up doing so that we can easily fill this. And you can see where the feed goes in the top. I'm standing right next to it, so you can imagine how hard it's going to be to load a 50-pound bag into that. But if you're going to build one of these, just try to take into consideration all the things that this thing will entail. Other than that, I think it's going to hold up great. So we're moving forward with using it. So there you go, guys. The Farmbuilder bulk pig feeder build is complete. I didn't want to go through the whole cutting and putting together and all that kind of stuff. Jordan did a really good build video on this, so if you want to see that build video, jump over to Farmbuilder and check that out. But anyway, this thing's gonna work great for us, and I have a pig group right now that needs it, so I'm gonna go take it out and get it set up in their next paddock before their next move. But for now, we're gonna close this one down. We appreciate you guys watching. If you hadn't done so, go down and like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.